Hi everyone, so this is my continued attempt to actually regularly film for YouTube again. So today we're going to talk about Appaloosa horses because that is what my new horse Firebird is. By the way, this is Duracell. It is a sole hardener for horses. I've been putting it on Birdie and today it just kind of exploded and it's all over my hands. Anyway, it doesn't come off very well, so that's what that is. But anyway, so Birdie's an Appaloosa horse, and the Appaloosa horse, most horses have some physical characteristics that help identify its breed. So we're going to talk about the ones that Appaloosas have. So the Appaloosa Horse Club is the registering association for Appaloosas in the United States, and you can register them in, I think, 3 ways. 2 of them are full registration, and it's as a solid or a non-characteristic, meaning that it doesn't have the characteristics of the physical characteristics of an Appaloosa, which we're going to talk about. Characteristic, full registration, which is they have all the physical characteristics required to be an Appaloosa, and then there's hardship registered. And hardship registered is for gelded or spayed mares, gelded horses or male horses, and then spayed females can also be hardship registered. And those are horses that have the Appaloosa characteristics, but they don't have a pedigree, so they can be hardship registered, meaning that they can still compete in breed competitions and things like that, but they can't be bred. That's why they have to be gelded or spayed, so they can't breed. So those are the different ways that you can register. Firebird is registered as a full registration characteristic Appaloosa. So I'm going to show you those physical characteristics on her. And just so you know, this was filmed a while ago, so it's not recent. Okay everyone, this is Firebird. She's an Appaloosa, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Appaloosa breed, and specifically what makes a horse an Appaloosa of the Appaloosas, and she has the Appaloosa coloring. So, the first characteristics we're going to talk about is mottled skin. And that means that instead of white skin or dark skin, they have a mixture. And you can see this often around their eyes, which can cause issues with the skin around their eyes. You can see she's got a little bit. But, stop. On her, you can see it most. Hang on. Now I gotta bring her up. Birdie! Quit. You can see it around her lips the most. Come on, let me see your lips. Right in the corner. You can see her skin is pink and dark. I'm gonna give her another treat so you guys can see better. Do you see that right in the corner? Nice and gentle. She has mottled skin on her mouth. Good girl. Good girl. So that's one characteristic. Another characteristic of the Appaloosas is their eyes. Another Appaloosa characteristic is their eyes. So most horses, where you see white on her, it would be dark. This is true on dogs too. Appaloosas have white. That's called the sclera. They have white scleras. Most horses have dark sclera, so that if you can see the whites of their eyes, it's a sign of stress. Appaloosas have white sclera, so you are going to see the whites of their eyes all the time. That doesn't mean that their eye wideness cannot be a sign of stress. It can be. You just have to know the signs a little bit more. And then, one of the last big characteristics of an Appaloosa are striped hooves. And so, I filmed the other video about Appaloosa characteristics a while ago, but Birdie's hooves are clean now, so you can really see the striping in her hoof. So, that is what striping, which is an Appaloosa characteristic, looks like. So, now the next question is, what color pattern is she? Because like I said, and you can see she doesn't have a lot of spots, but she does have Appaloosa coloring. Birdie is what's known as a varnish roan. You may have heard the term roan before, but the varnish roan comes off of a different gene than roans for like quarter horses. The varnish roan comes off of the LP gene, which is what gives the leopard Appaloosas their characteristics. And I can go more in depth about leopard Appaloosa genetics if you're interested at a different time. But the varnish roan is going to, the roaning is these white hairs all over her back. You'll also find these white hairs in a gray horse, and then they'll gray out as they get older. This is different than that. So there's 3 times where you have white hairs with dark hairs, and it's a roan, a traditional roan. There's the grays, which this will eventually, in which case all of this would turn white, and they would turn into a gray horse or a white horse. And then there's these varnish roans. And I'm sure there's more, but those are the 3 big ones. And these varnish roans will roan out and over the years. One of the big differences between like quarter horse roan and these varnish roans is that the quarter horse roans will generally roan out when they're shedding their baby fur, their full fur, or their full hair, and then they're getting their adult coat in. You'll see the roaning, and it'll be roan. This is more gradual. So she's 8 years old. This is where she's at. There was another Appaloosa where we used to board. I don't have an example to show you, but I'll find a picture and show you what those the varnish roan will look like as she gets older. But this will all be more white. And then the bony parts, like here, her knees, some parts of her face, will maintain this bay color. So she's a bay varnish roan. Yeah, baby, I'm talking about you. Would you like a treat again? Here you go. So that's a little bit about Appaloosas. Good girl. If you'd like me to go more in depth on the genetic side of things, let me know in the comments. But that is an introduction to Appaloosa characteristics, and I can do more on introduction to Appaloosas. So